Hey everyone, so I just treated myself to a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 creator combo as a little birthday gift to myself after I heard so many amazing things about it online. Up until now, I've been using my iPhone 15 Pro Max. Don't get me wrong, it can create really good footage, but here are 6 reasons why I decided to upgrade to a proper vlogging camera for all my filming. First of all, when I'm on the go, I've had moments where I want to capture something that's beautiful right in front of me, but by the time I open my phone, go to my camera, and actually film something, the moment's gone. With the Osmo Pocket though, you can just flip the screen and just start recording instantly. That quick start feature was a big selling point for me. Also, as much as I love my phone, it can get pretty tiring when you have to hold it for extended periods of time. It's not the heaviest thing in the world, but it can get tiring after a while. The Pocket 3 is super lightweight and compact, plus it has a built-in gimbal for extra stability. I figured this would make it way easier for my hands when I'm filming for an extended period of time. Another thing that bugged me with the iPhone is the front camera. The quality just isn't great for the kind of content I'm trying to film, so I end up using the back camera, which means I can't see myself. But with the Osmo Pocket, I can flip the camera around and actually see myself while I'm recording without compromising on quality. That's a huge plus for me. And then there's the issue of multitasking. When I'm using my phone to record, it's my GPS, vlogging camera, messaging app, and every other personal thing that I use it for. It was getting overwhelming trying to juggle filming and also using my phone for other personal reasons at the same time. And while it's convenient to have everything in one place, I personally feel like I wanted some separation between my personal use and content creation, which is why I decided to invest in an actual vlogging camera. Now, let's talk about sound. The iPhone 15 Pro Max sound or audio quality is pretty decent, but I do feel like it picks up background noise. In my Costa Rica travel vlog, there was a time where I was speaking into the camera and a bus drove by, completely drowning out everything I had to say. So yeah, I wasn't too thrilled about that. The Pocket 3 creator combo comes with a mic and also a windscreen to block out excessive wind, and the windscreen is so fluffy and cute. Lastly, I like to create content for different social media platforms. Sometimes I'll post stuff on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, and I find that different social media platforms have completely different aspect ratios. I also wanted a proper vlogging camera to keep that both separate. That helps me stay organized and just keep everything streamlined. So despite a few reservations, I decided to just go for it, and I just bought myself the Osmo Pocket 3. So what was important to me was portability, stability, and quality, and I didn't want to compromise on that because my iPhone already has all those components. I just wanted something that would be even better than what I already have. In this video, I will be unboxing the camera, walking you through some of its features, and doing a test vlog for my birthday with some of my friends, and at the end I'll share some of my personal thoughts. If you're new here, my name is Sanya and I am a small creator. I just started filming content for YouTube, and I love vlogging about travel, fashion, lifestyle, and just tell my story while documenting my 20s and just put my voice out there. Alright, so let's get into it and unbox my new camera. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the settings. If you tap on the bottom left, it'll take you to all the different modes. So you have panorama, photo, video, low light, slow motion, and time lapse. To adjust anything within these settings, you have to swipe up. So let's say we're in photo mode, you can now choose the aspect ratio you want and set a countdown if needed. For video, you can choose resolution and frames per second. I'll set my resolution to the highest quality at 4K and my frames per second to 60. For low light, it goes up to 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. For slow motion, you can go up to 120 frames per second at 4K resolution. This is not something I could do with my iPhone, so I'm pretty hyped about that. And for the time-lapse portion, you have different options. You can do a hyperlapse, a regular time-lapse, or a motion lapse, and you can play around with whatever you want to capture. Now, I want to go back to the video setting and talk about some of the more advanced features. I tap the middle right of the screen, and that helps you alternate between moving the joystick and zooming in and out. If you swipe left, you can control the exposure, white balance, and other things. I'm not a pro at any of this, so I'm going to set my exposure to auto. You can control how bright or dark your footage is, and I personally like a lower exposure. So I'll set the scale on the left at -1.3 or -1.7. You can set the white balance to whatever you want. I'll just leave mine on auto for now. Under color, you have options to record with D-Log, normal, or HLG. I'm still learning the process of color grading, so I'm not too confident to record with D-Log just yet. But I'm hoping that I can get more comfortable with it someday because my post-production will just be even better. You also have different focus modes, so you can let the camera do its own thing, or you can select a subject in the foreground or background, guys. Anyway, you know what I mean. Lastly, you have image adjustment, and this is where you can set the sharpness and noise reduction, and I personally like my footage to be a little soft, so I'll set both of them at -2. To record any Instagram or reel content, I just press the button on the gimbal itself. But I think in this mode, it can only go up to 3K resolution at 60 frames per second. So that's what I did, but instead of talking, let me just show you. So here's my test vlog, birthday edition.
know I got it.
على قد ما بسهر ليلك على قد ما بتسيبني في نار ترميني بأسوأ عيونك وتسيبني في وسط الطيار يرجع قلبي يغنيلك ويجيلك علشان يختار وانت ولا انت هنا ده انا كنت بدوب غرامك وكلامك وسلامك يا حبيب عمري اللي رماني ولا دواني ولا نداني ولا انا مش هتألم تاني استناني انا تعباني ضيعت عمري انا لا جاي اقولك ارجع اسمع علشان انا صبري قليل كل مرة تهرب قرب على ايه انت مسهرني الليل مني روحي يا عمري عقلي وسايبني بقلب عليل لحبك انت مغلبني مع سيبني موريني الويل انا لا جاي اقولك ارجع اسمع علشان انا صبري قليل كل مرة تهرب قرب على ايه انت مسهرني الليل مني روحي يا عمري عقلي وسايبني بقلب عليل لحبك انت مغلبني مع سيبني موريني الويل
Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. As long as you want, you know I got it. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want, baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you.
So here are some of my final thoughts. After using and filming with the Pocket 3 for the first 24 hours, I paid attention to how it feels actually filming content with it. So here are some of the things that I really liked about the Pocket 3 versus some of the things that I didn't like so much. So I personally was blown away by the quality of the footage. It's insane to me how something so small can record such good quality content. I'll play the videos back on the little screen in the Pocket 3 and I can see that the footage is good, but when I import it into my phone or a laptop, something with a much bigger screen, I can really see just how sharp the images are. I felt like the colors in the videos shot straight from the camera were so good. Maybe a tad bit washed out, but overall pretty good. Being able to see myself while filming was amazing, and I felt just a lot more confident being able to speak into the camera when I can see myself. I also like that you can connect your phone and Pocket 3 through the DJI Mimo app, so you'll be able to see exactly what you're filming. It's kind of like a bit of a monitor. And to my fourth point, I felt like the camera was inconspicuous and it didn't get a lot of attention from strangers. I personally have gotten over the whole awkwardness of filming yourself in public, but for someone that's a bit more nervous or uncomfortable about it, I can see this being a great tool for them. This device might make you feel more comfortable in a public setting. Of course, the portability factor of the Pocket 3 was amazing. I have no complaints. Now, moving on to some of the things that I didn't like so much about the Pocket 3. The biggest issue that I've encountered while filming is composition. I'm used to tilting my phone exactly in the direction I want, whether that's up or down. With the Pocket 3, I have to physically move the joystick left or right, which is a little less intuitive. I'm wondering if there's a way to lock the camera so that I can just use the gimbal to point it in the direction that I want, but I haven't figured that out yet. The next thing is I love doing detail shots and close-ups, which is why I love the 2x zoom and 5x zoom in my iPhone 15 Pro Max. The Osmo Pocket 3, from what I can tell, only does 2x zoom at 4K 60, which I feel like is a bit of a downgrade. I know that excessive zoom can sometimes downgrade the overall quality, but I've managed to capture some really great shots with my iPhone 15. Next, I notice a slight lag when I'm recording content with my Pocket 3. On my iPhone, when I press record through the volume button or the on-screen buttons, it just starts recording instantly. But with the Pocket 3, I noticed that there's a little bit of a lag between pressing the button and the video actually starting. It's definitely not a deal breaker, but just something for me to get used to. Lastly, the wrist strap is surprisingly difficult to install. I tried to install it myself. I gave it to my husband and some other friends to figure it out, and none of us have been able to crack the code. Maybe I'll figure it out one day, but it's just not something I anticipated. So those are some of my final thoughts. One thing I want to mention is the process of transferring your footage from the Pocket 3 into your phone or laptop. If you want to transfer to your phone, you can definitely download all your content from the DJI Mimo app, but what I'm doing is using an adapter like this. I usually just put in the SD card and plug it into my phone, download the content from there. Overall, I feel really good about this camera. I had some reservations before, but honestly, I'm so glad I purchased it. I can really see myself using it a lot in future occasions, especially while traveling or other life highlights. I'm going to Fiji next month and I'll definitely be bringing this camera with me, and I'm so excited to see all the content it's going to take in the beautiful beaches of Fiji. So if you're curious to see how it turns out, I definitely extend the invite for you to subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, if it had a positive impact on you in any way, I invite you to like or comment down below. Lastly, shout out to my friends and family who have been so supportive in my content creation journey. I'm grateful because I think my friends and family knew that this camera was on my list and I was about to purchase it for myself, but they all decided to collectively give me a gift card to help offset some of those costs. There really are no words to describe just how much I appreciate that. So to my friends and family, thank you all so much. And to anyone else watching, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Until next time.